From the purpose-built Hall of Kings, a peacock parade of emirs and traditional rulers from all over Nigeria is gathering for the first coronation in Kano in half a century. Muhammad Sanusi, 57th Emir of Kano, claiming the throne of a monarchy dating back a millennium, the second highest authority in Nigerian Islam. Among dignitaries, Muhammadu Buhari, now anti-corruption opposition presidential contender. For all the medieval pageantry, the Emir is a very modern traditional ruler. This time last year, he was the pinstripe-suited governor of Nigeria's central bank. He hit the headlines with an explosive claim of colossal corruption in the corridors of power. Now that claim looms large over this month's presidential election.
This coronation has thrust the reincarnated former central bank governor back into the political limelight just in time to remind 200 million Nigerians of the grand theft allegedly undertaken under the watch of President Goodluck Jonathan.
The central bank governor turned whistleblower turned new king of Kano believes $1 billion a month were siphoned off national oil revenues in the space of a year and a half.
I never said anybody stole money, okay? Now, I said this 20 billion had not been accounted for, and I believed most of it was being withheld illegally and unconstitutionally. I'm not an anti-corruption agency. I was just managing money, and I felt I had a responsibility to tell the president that the flow of money to the central bank was not consistent with what I thought it should be. At the heart of this problem, to my mind, is that the entire political system is held hostage by a small group of vested interests.
But when the former central bank governor told the president of the apparent $20 billion black hole in national finances, the president fired him, accusing him of financial recklessness. Nigeria's finance minister is a venerated former World Bank director who insists her government's tackling corruption head-on.
This country has a tendency for people to throw out wild numbers. And because of the perception that there's corruption in the country, people believe a lot of things. You know, Nigeria is not a lawless country where people can just lob accusations. We got...
But with respect, madam, the accusations were coming from the governor of the central bank, a man who this was his job to look at money.
It is also my job as finance minister to look at money.
So you found yourself at loggerheads with your own central banker and you completely disagreed?
I've never been at loggerheads with this. Actually, we got on really well, and I respect him highly. But it just so happens that on this, that was not correct.
She might have disagreed with his figures, but last year she herself said more than $10 billion was missing. An independent audit apparently claims it's a minimum of $1.5 billion.
What is the actual figure, do you believe, that is missing from national accounts and national coffers?
Look, we asked for an independent forensic audit, which is what the whole world was saying. We should get an independent opinion. I think the report speaks for itself.
So do you believe there was corruption?
First of all, let's stay on the... I don't really understand. The world wanted independent accounting for this money. It's been done.
Trouble is, only edited highlights of the audit have been released, and Nigeria's political opposition say that's not good enough. But allegations of corruption also swirl around them. In the capital's squalid shanties, they say enough is enough.
Personally, you can see the masses are suffering because of the greediness of our leaders. They are so corrupt that they do not even care about the masses. What they care about is how to embezzle our money. Like if you look around this place, there's no good sanitation, no water, no lights, and they don't live in this kind of environment.
Nigeria now ranks as Africa's largest economy, powered by oil. Average incomes have doubled since 2010, yet a third of Nigeria's people live on less than £1 a day. Everyone everywhere knows what's going on, For the people, power is perceived as the license to loot. It wasn't always so. Pre-colonial African societies did not tolerate theft.
There's nothing cultural about corruption in African societies. What has happened is that there's an alienation of the systems and institutions of governance from the people. So the people don't feel that these institutions and these systems have anything to do with their everyday lives. And so they don't demand any accountability.
Those with noses in troughs are getting away with it. Down in Lagos, one of the country's leading lawyers, Femi Falana, says things have fallen apart.
So what has made corruption worse now than ever before is the culture of impunity, which has been institutionalized together with corruption now. If you are caught and you are connected to the presidency, nothing will happen to you. As a matter of fact, from the stolen wealth, you settle yourself. You can, manipulate the system, including the legal system, to your advantage. And at the end of the year, you get a national award from the president. Oh, yes.
I go many places.
Femi Falana was lawyer for this man, a rabble-rouser who was always in trouble, the late Fela Anikulapo Kuti.
Call corruption, then they call nepotism.
Pioneer of Afrobeat music, who, from his Africa shrine, pilloried corrupt politicians for decades.
Bad things, then they do. Them steal all the money.
At the new Africa shrine, his son, Femi Kuti, remains a thorn in the flesh of those in power. Those who, he says, thieve with a sense of entitlement.
I wouldn't say it started with this government. It has always been like this. It's just getting worse as the day goes by. Money is always missing. This is what I'm saying. This same ruling class from independence have not let go of this country. And they are still manipulating the political direction the country should go. Nobody really cares about the people of this country. Where is the healthcare service? Education is beyond the reach of the poor people.
And yet this country is so rich.
Yes, corruption.
Nigeria is surging, the powerhouse of Africa, but its vast wealth's being plundered, as it has been for decades. Hundreds of billions just skimmed off and gone. This, they say, is a country where you can disappear an elephant into the pocket of a shirt.